people, Jude Bellingham, when he retires one day, I really believe he'll be perceived as one of the best English players to play football. Going to Real Madrid, getting the number 5 jersey, how many players in the world could have done that at that point? No one. I'll say no one. Elliot Anderson, I think, is going to Man United. The way he played, the composure, and how he was just impressing the whole of Old Trafford, that was his casting to go to a Rúben Amorim team in January. The fullback duo of Portugal in the Under-17 World Cup, José Neto and Daniel Banjaki, are two of the most talented and with most potential fullbacks under 18 in the world right now. And both at Benfica. This is a privilege.
Two players in this Morocco squad that I love is Elis Belmokhtar from Monaco and Abdel Ouazoun from Ajax. Ballers, top Wonderkids.
I'd say Abdella is one of the most talented players I've ever seen on tape.
Yeah.
Season 3, Episode 10, here with my great friend, Felipe Souza. How are you doing, my guy?
Feeling great, Alex, and you?
The FC Wonderkid podcast, another episode. I must be enthusiastic. And yes, I loved to see the support we received in Episode 9. Thank you, everyone that liked the video. 5 stars on Spotify. It's a huge help for us here at FC Wonderkid. And in this Episode 10, we are going to be talking about the Under-17 World Cup. We're going to be talking about the latest transfer rumors like a Givairo Read to Bayern Munich. Will Panichelli go to Chelsea? We will answer all those questions and talk about Rúben Amorim because, yes, the trim's not going to happen to United's shrine still, but we still believe that 5 wins in a row can happen this season. So listen on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Yes, go bold with us. And let's start here with reacting to the El Clasico and to Real Madrid and Barcelona lately. Because Barcelona, Pedri injured, Rafinha injured, Lewandowski hopefully will be back, but this could be a tough time for Barcelona. So, talking about El Clasico, what was your reaction, Felipe, to the results? And were you surprised that Real Madrid beat Barcelona?
No, not surprised. I think Real Madrid was playing in home.
True.
Let's see what will happen in Camp Nou. Let's see. I think the worst news for Barcelona was the injuries. Pedri is a very tough injury because it's crucial for this team. And without Pedri, I think there's a stat like without Pedri, Barcelona has so many difficulties to win games, and the impact that he has on the team on possession, it's crazy. And I think that's the worst news of El Clasico.
The two most important players of Barcelona is Lamine Yamal and Pedri.
Yeah, for
undoubtedly.
Sure.
Okay, Rafinha, phenomenal. Lewandowski, phenomenal. But no Lamine, no Pedri, no Champions League, no La Liga currently. Because if we see the results, naturally so, Real Madrid are favorites to win La Liga. 14 matches, Xabi Alonso, 13 wins. And ever since the loss against Atletico, 6 games, 6 wins, 2 goals conceded. Why? Because Eder Militão was playing phenomenal football. Álvaro Carreras is proving us right, showing to the world that he's one of the best left backs, top 3 left backs in the world of football. Currently, it's a cheat code, and there's another interesting fact. It's a fun fact for the listeners, and it shows that Real Madrid is pressure for any player, but for a youngster, more than anyone. Dean Huijsen, in 15 matches for Real Madrid, he's received 2 red cards, but in his career at Roma, at Juve, at Bournemouth, in 122 games, 0 red cards. And I'm not going to blame too much Dean Huijsen because this is growing pains. He's still developing. For a center back, this is so normal. But still, with these growing pains for such an important squad player like Dean Huijsen, Real Madrid keeps on winning. And that's because of Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso here. How are you feeling with Xabi Alonso? You must be enthusiastic like me.
Yeah. I think Xabi Alonso will be one of the best managers in the world. I think he already is.
But I'd say Xabi Alonso is top 5 managers in football, 100%
top
right
5
now.
right now?
100%.
Yeah, maybe.
I'd say top 3, but 100% top 5.
Maybe. What we already know that what he did at Bayer Leverkusen was a sign of that was not normal.
Not normal.
Team that didn't won the Bundesliga for what?
120 years.
And Xabi Alonso goes there and wins a Bundesliga with
True.
Bayer Leverkusen. Such a beautiful story.
A full season, only one loss in a Europa League final. That
yeah.
happened with Xabi Alonso. And they
yeah.
didn't do unreal signings. He just developed the players that were there, but he trusted. No, but he did some good. Shaka. Getting him off Arsenal. A lot of people were like, whoa, why is he getting Shaka? The same reason why Sunderland is getting Shaka in the Premier League too. They experienced the leadership. He just has such a realistic point of view and vision. I have to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting such an immediate impact by Xabi Alonso, but now I have to say what a phenomenal job he's doing,
And
right?
there's the thing that I love about Xabi Alonso, that is he trusts the youth. But he also knows that it's important to have leaders, players with experience, and he knows that balance on the team.
True.
He knows that. And Jose Mourinho once said that Xabi Alonso would be a great manager because he was coached by the best managers in the world, Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, Carlo Ancelotti, and also his father was a manager too.
True.
So Jose Mourinho already predicted that Xabi Alonso would have a beautiful future ahead. And I think Real Madrid will win the La Liga maybe this season. Let's see. The La Liga is too long, but let's see what happens. But I'm very hyped with this team. And I think Xabi, one player that is crucial for me and one of the best players in the world, and in my opinion, right now is the best player in the world, is Kylian Mbappé.
No doubt.
I think Kylian Mbappé will have an unbelievable season thanks to Xabi Alonso.
Let me ask you this, though, because you're talking about Kylian Mbappé, and naturally so, it's the feeling that Xabi Alonso fixed the hierarchy of Real Madrid. Mbappé is the best player in the world unequivocally, so Real Madrid, he's the leader, guys. It's not Vinicius Junior. But I think Vinicius Junior is not reacting well at all with this news.
He's upset.
Do you think he's going to stay in the next 2-3 years at Real Madrid?
I don't know. I don't
if
think
Xabi
so.
Alonso is the manager, I don't think so.
Because Vinicius Junior also have a goal that he wants to become the best player in the world.
True.
But that's the problem.
You'll be overshadowed by Mbappe.
Yeah, and he's not the best player in the world.
True.
That's the problem.
No, yeah.
So,
ability-wise, Vinicius Junior is a step behind of Lamine Yamal and Kylian Mbappe.
And that year that he was in the second place of Ballon d'Or, I think it was tough for him. Mentally very tough.
He didn't start the season well after that.
Yeah, and mentally very tough. And he couldn't make a season after that people said, okay, this guy was the best player this season. And I think that's tough for him. And that reaction when he was subbed off against against Barcelona,
Vinicius Junior,
unacceptable. But I think it's a little bit because of that, because he thought that he could become the best player in the world, and he is already seeing Mbappé. He is in the top.
But Mbappe still got substituted by Gonçalo Garcia.
Yeah,
he just stayed 5 more minutes. And he gets. But I understand. He already feels the switch of the hierarchy.
He feels it. Mbappe feels it that he's the best player of this.
Let me ask you this: do you think Kylian Mbappe will surpass Raúl González 192 goals for Real Madrid?
Yes, I think.
Do you think he'll surpass Karim Benzema 354?
Yeah.
And will he surpass Cristiano Ronaldo 450 goals for Real Madrid?
No.
But if he stays like 10 years at Real Madrid,
it's very difficult.
Ronaldo could have stayed if he wanted at Real Madrid.
Yes, but
he wanted to make history at Juventus and become one of the best players ever in Italian football.
To Mbappe surpass Ronaldo, how many goals he has to score a season? 40, 50?
If we say he's 26 right now, he scores 50 goals a season, he's going to surpass him.
But he has
I'm just saying.
He has to stay there like 10 seasons.
Exactly.
I think Mbappe will go a lot of time at Real Madrid.
And if Vinicius leaves in the meantime with Kylian Mbappe there, that's the statement of Florentino Perez saying to Mbappe, My main guy is not Vinicius, it's you. But what do you think Mbappe could play with Erling Haaland at Real Madrid?
No, I don't
Never.
think so. Because the style of play of
Haaland has to go to Barcelona,
how
man.
Xabi Alonso is
Haaland has to go to Barcelona, man.
how Xabi Alonso is using Kylian Mbappe
True. As a striker, yeah.
as a striker and also very deep attacking and players that are key in this style of play is Franco Mastatono, Arda Güler.
Still an adapting phase, though. Mastatuono. We
Yes.
still don't see the same player naturally because he's 18 years old.
If Haaland goes to Real Madrid, the distribution of the goals will be very different.
Ah,
Because
100%.
Haaland will,
But it's without Vinicius Jr. That's why I was saying that. It's impossible to
But
have Haaland with Vinicius there.
with those two as a striker, I think
Left wing Mbappe.
Mbappe left wing.
Exactly.
But I think you would lose creativity.
You think he will never go back to the left wing?
I don't think so.
I disagree there.
It's the same story with Ronaldo.
You-
Ronaldo started as a winger and then striker because
But I think it's going to be the other way around with Mbappe.
because Ronaldo thought if I want to win the Ballon d'Or, I have to score like 50 goals a season.
True.
And to score 50 goals a season, I have to play more near of the striker zone.
But
And
the
that's-
best Ronaldo was with Benzema.
Yes.
Sharing the stage with Benzema. And I think Mbappe will realize that he has to share the stage with a striker or a hold-up play player that can attract the attention of the center backs in order to have more goals too. In my opinion.
But I understand that, but Karim Benzema, it's very different from Haaland.
100%.
Karim Benzema is that type of striker that makes the winger scores a lot of goals.
True.
Haaland is the type of striker that he scores a lot of
A
goals.
lot still right now. Let's see what Erling Haaland will become in the next 5 to 6 years because he is a very intelligent player in terms of positioning and mobility. I don't think he's as talented as a Messi or a Cristiano Ronaldo with a touch, with the movement. I don't think so. But in terms of prediction, in terms of anticipation, Erling Haaland is a complete monster. And
he's a
physically, any center back is going to struggle against Erling Haaland in the La Liga, in the Premier League, wherever.
For sure.
But another player that we have to mention that is at this level, and he has been disrespected a lot of months because he's been injured, Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham, when he retires one day, I really believe he'll be perceived as one of the best English players to play football. Going to Real Madrid, getting the number 5 jersey, how many players in the world could have done that at that point? No one. I'll say no one. At his age, no one for sure. The confidence, the talent that he has to say, I'm not going to stay in the Premier League. I'm going to Dortmund. And then he refuses to go to the Premier League again and he goes straight to the top, to Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham is at the level of talent of a Wayne Rooney, of a Michael Owen. Jude Bellingham is destined for greatness. And if England is going to win a World Cup one day, it's with Jude Bellingham going bold in that team. Must starter, and Real Madrid won a Champions League in his first season there without Kylian Mbappe. Don't forget that.
And people sometimes forget that he's 22 years old.
Exactly. He's the best signing I've seen of more than 100 million and being that price tag.
Yeah.
He's that price tag. And even in terms of marketing, he's an English player.
Yeah.
He's an English player. English players are more talked than anyone. But with his case, completely justifiable. Jude Bellingham became the youngest player in the history of Real Madrid to score an assist in the same game in an El Clasico. Only Jude Bellingham.
And again, which position did he play against Barcelona?
It's true. I understand
have to say, in my opinion, Jude Bellingham is a number 8. It's not a number 10.
He has to play now at the number 8.
His best position is a center midfielder. He does all the work. He recovers a lot of balls. His passing is great. His intelligence and he knows how to dictate the game as well, the tempo of the game. And I think he's better as a center midfielder than as an attacking midfielder.
I think for Real Madrid, no doubt in my mind, he's better in that position. But for England, I still think, even though Cole Palmer is in that same position, I really believe that England have players that can cover for Jude Bellingham to become even better offensively for that team.
Yeah.
Like Elliot Anderson, Adam Morton, Declan Rice. I think they can take out the best out of Jude Bellingham. But that's a whole different conversation. But for Real Madrid, We're in syntony here.
Yeah.
Best as a number 8, and Xabi Alonso trusts just that.
Yeah.
And it's another thing. Xabi Alonso arrives, and Mbappe is playing good football. Jude Bellingham's playing good football. Alvaro Carreras, Dane Huijsen, all these players are being better than they ever were. So I'm just so excited, guys. I'm just so excited.
Do you think Álvaro Carreras was the best young signing of the summer?
Definitely top 3, mate. Victor Froholt for Futebol Clube do Porto. He's got to be up there too, no doubt, mate.
Yes, yes.
But best signing of the summer, I don't know if I'll say that 100%, but definitely one of the best. Who could it be in that? Who can be also in that stratosphere?
Mastatuono is not the same impact.
But not as good, true. Not as good, true. I might say that, let me know if you disagree with that.
I think he's
definitely
the best.
not Florian Wirtz and Xavi Simons
I think he's the best young signing of the summer. Talking about under 23 players,
yes.
I think he's the best signing of the summer.
Would you say he should... Oh, we can talk about that later. We're going to talk about that in episode 11, okay? Stay there because it's going to be some elite topics too. And now, just staying here with the last things on the El Clasico and all this, Lamine Yamal. We saw Lamine Yamal posting 2 stories. What are you feeling about this? Because now, if Lamine Yamal is doing that before a game with all these injuries, Lamine's saying to the world, guys, don't worry, I'm here to be the best still, okay? It's not because of one game that I'm going to be rattled.
Yeah, I was very upset with some comments because of his stories on Instagram and his interviews before the game. Because people criticize when players act and talk like robots. Say same answers to every question, it's boring.
True.
But when you have a player that creates some trash talking, personality, people criticize as well. I don't understand. This type of things, trash talking is good for the sport. It creates emotion around the game. I think it's great for him. It
causes pressure. Lamine Yamal thrives with pressure. And let's be honest, in terms of talent, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lamine Yamal has that talent to be in those conversations with these types of legends.
And it creates an history around the game. It's great, in my opinion. I don't understand why people decide to criticize an 18-year-old to do that type of comment.
That was already clutch for Spain to win a Euros. That is clutch for Barcelona to win those 3 trophies and beat Real Madrid the way they did. Like, Real Madrid invested big time because Lamine Yamal exists at Barcelona.
For sure, yeah.
And the pressure that he puts in himself, Lamine Yamal knows. In terms of talent, I am the best player in the world. He's got that confidence. And we say Mbappe is the best player in terms of ability and what he's doing right now. Lamine Yamal must be going crazy with that. Crazy, because last season, he was the one that was humbling Mbappe, and he was younger.
For sure. And nobody wants to win more than Lamine Yamal. Exactly. I don't have any doubt about that.
That's for sure. That's very well mentioned. Very well mentioned. So yes, let us know in the comment section, what would you like for us to talk about Real Madrid and Barcelona? And let's see what happens with Barcelona with all these injuries and how they play without Pedri, because we're very curious and we want to analyze after we see Barcelona without Pedri out 3, 4, 5 weeks, correct?
Yes.
So
I think Fermin Lopez will have a more crucial role when Pedri is out.
100% must have a more crucial role if they're gonna turn around, and Frankie De Jong has to do a lot of movements that Pedri would do without Pedri. Okay, so let's wait and see. So yes, now we can talk now a bit about Rúben Amorim, because last episode it was a great conversation and we're very excited. And it's not the draw against Nottingham Forest that's going to turn around and put us doubting Rúben Amorim, okay? I'm going to reiterate this. Rúben Amorim, at the end of this season, is going to be perceived by the whole world as one of the best managers in football. If you're still doubting him, you don't know football. I can guarantee you, in January, Man United are going to spend big once again in Premier League proven players. And from what I saw that game, Elliot Anderson, I think, is going to Man United. The way he played, the composure, and how he was just impressing the whole of Old Trafford, that was his casting to go to a Rúben Amorim team in January straight away. And if Elliot Anderson is starting for England in the World Cup, you'll have more chances playing for Man United than at Nottingham Forest if Man United is finishing top 4 or making history. So Elliot Anderson to Man United, I really think is going to happen. Just like Mbomu, when he played against Man United, he was crazy good. Matheus Cunha, when he played against Man United, he was crazy good. Elliot Anderson's going to Man United.
I think it's very possible. I think he also fits the style of play. Last episode I said that I would sign Adam Wharton and Angelo Stewart.
Which could happen still.
Which could happen.
Man United could sign those two players.
But maybe Adam Wharton and Angelo Stewart maybe would play the same role in the Man United midfield. And Elliot Anderson is more a box-to-box midfielder. An all-rounder. And would have a different role in that midfielder.
True.
And I would love also, I really like Angelo Stewart, but I would also love midfield with Adam Wharton and Elliot Anderson.
It would make a lot of sense.
It would be insane.
2 English players. Man United need this in the team. And I'd sign Mark Gahey too from Crystal Palace also if they can. If you have Mark Gahey, De Ligt, that's being one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League this season, and Lenny Yoro at the right, Man United fans, you are safe for the next 3-4 years. And you have the goalkeeper that is still unbeaten, San Lamens, 4 games. Four matches without losses. Okay,
Yes.
and he's been mega impactful, especially in that win in Anfield that hadn't happened until 2016. Okay, that's insane what happened that day. Historical,
For sure.
And Rúben Amorim, I want to say Rúben Amorim, he did warn every Man United fan that a storm was coming. It came, but he also warned all the Man United fans the good days are coming. And they're really coming, guys. They are really coming. You can see Cunha, Mbomu. You can see Bruno Fernandes a lot more confident with his tactics. Casemiro, that is a leader by example. If Casemiro trusts Rúben Amorim, is Lenny Yoro not going to trust him? Is Amad Diallo not going to trust him? They all trust him because he's a leader, a proper leader in that team. Not a Rashford, not an Antony. Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, Maguire. He loves Man United, Maguire. And I'm sure Maguire doesn't have bad comments, bad environment in that locker room because De Ligt is now starting ahead of him. But De Ligt deserves a lot more attention for the season that he's having. He's 26 years old, mate.
Yes.
And De Ligt's played 51 matches for the Netherlands and 42 matches in the Champions League. How many 26-year-old centre-backs have this experience? No one. No one. And I think one day Van Dijk will retire. De Ligt could be the leader of the Netherlands national team.
He will be the leader. Yeah, he will be the leader. Yeah, it's insane. One of the best players of Man United this season, De Ligt, very crucial in this defense of three men of Man United. The centre back of the middle is very crucial. I think he's better in that role than Maguire. I think Maguire in the set pieces he can make the difference. He can make the difference. But the lead defensively, it's very complete with the ball, good ball distribution. His positioning is also very good. He's aggressive. So fantastic season so far from the lead. Let's see what he can do more.
And another thing I want to mention too, Amad Diallo. This is a bit of a crazy fact. Amad Diallo and Mbomu, that right side, is the best right side of Man United, undoubtedly.
Yes.
And Amad Diallo has 10 Premier League games scored, 10 Premier League goals scored, and all of those goals were in the second half. All of those goals. So Amad Diallo is Mr. Clutchman for Rúben Amorim, and he's one of those players. Amad Diallo, De Ligt, Lenny Yoro, Luke Shaw, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes. So many of these players are much better now with Rúben Amorim. So again, Man United, trust Rúben Amorim because these signings are coming and it's going to be pretty extraordinary.
And again, clutch against Sunderland because his goal secured the draw. Very important goal.
True. So yes, I really wanted to mention this about Rúben Amorim and even Bruno Fernandes because Bruno Fernandes is very hated. Bruno Fernandes is one of the most talented players we've seen this century at Manchester United. He just surpassed Cantona in assists in the Premier League. So that was also something that I was quite surprised. So it's fantastic to see surpassing names like Cantona and becoming as important that he can.
Yes, I think Bruno Fernandes will be remembered as one of the best midfielders of the Man United history.
Bold.
Because he's over hated underrated right now.
100%.
I don't understand because if you see the numbers, it's crazy. He's a midfielder.
There was a time that people compared Martin Odegaard with Bruno Fernandes. Not comparable.
No, bro.
Not comparable.
No.
Bruno Fernandes is closer to Kevin De Bruyne than Martin Odegaard is closer to Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah. Different type of players, but his goal contribution is not comparable to Odegaard.
For Man United, 100 goals and 88 assists. And with those teams that he had, and poor managers that didn't know how to play for it with his strengths.
Yeah. No, it's crazy, and I think I would love to see Bruno Fernandes one day winning the Premier League because I think he deserves it. He left Sporting before the good days of Sporting.
Before Rúben Amorim
arrived to Sporting, and he lived without a championship, a Portuguese league, but he won some cups. But
that's quite poetic, right? And then he goes to the club, then Rúben Amorim, then goes after.
And right now it's the time for Bruno Fernandes win a big trophy, and I think he deserves so much.
100%. So yes, we had a talk here. We had a comment on YouTube, Ethan, that did mention who would be the CDM of Manchester United for next season. We believe, or in January, we believe Elliot Anderson is the obvious choice, but we want him to play with a Stiller, with an Adam Wharton. So yes, follow us because we'll mention a lot more names for you to watch.
CDM would be Adam Wharton. I think CM would be Elliot Anderson.
Yes. So yes, let us know in the comment section down below. And yes, it makes complete sense. FC Wonderkid podcast, I reiterate, we are the best podcast talking about young players in the world. FC Wonderkid podcast, we must talk about the Under-17 World Cup, that you will listen names that you never listened in another podcast, okay? And we have to be honest with you. There are national teams here that we don't know a lot of information about. Naturally so, okay? Yes. Under-17 World Cup is going to have 48 teams, and we are mad enthusiastic to watch a South Africa, a Uganda, a Morocco against Portugal, an anticipated final in this group. Guys, pay attention to this competition and subscribe to FC Wonderkid and 5 stars on Spotify, notifications on, because FC Wonderkid podcast will be the best podcast talking about the Under-17 World Cup in the world, guys. So yes, how are you feeling for this new World Cup format with 48 teams? So it's even more talents for us to scout, mate.
Very excited because we have a lot of games to watch.
Yes.
A lot of games. Some of the national teams that are here, I don't know. I didn't watch one player.
Qatar, I don't know. Qatar,
I don't know.
El Salvador, I don't know.
Tajikistan, I don't know too.
True.
I know some players from Burkina Faso.
We'll talk a lot about these national teams, but starting here, before we do a prediction group by group, because we're going to do that, which is the national team that you're mad excited to watch, because we're Portuguese. So we believe that we have a shot to win the Under-17 World Cup. Yeah. But Belgium and Morocco are cooking, mate.
Yes. I think Portugal, I'm very excited because Portugal didn't participate in the last editions of the Under-17 World Cup. So I'm very excited.
And this group has a lot of talent.
Yes.
And a good collective team. They know how to play together.
True. I really like some of the players that are going to be at the Portugal squad, like Banjaki that we already mentioned here.
The fullback duo of Portugal in the Under-17 World Cup, José Neto and Daniel Banjaki, are two of the most talented and with most potential fullbacks under 18 in the world right now. Yeah. And both at Benfica. This is a privilege. And also, Mauro Furtado is a great left-footed center back that I'm absolutely sure every top scout in the world, they've got his name in the center back list for the future.
True.
But there's so many, mate. Rafael Quintas, Mateus Mid, even
Bernardo Lima.
Suárez to substitute Anísio Cabral. Two great strikers, both at Benfica. Mate, I have to be enthusiastic, mate. But the fullback duo, that's what puts me so excited. And I love that you touched that topic here at the start.
Yeah, I'm very excited to watch Portugal, and the other three national teams that I'm very excited is Morocco. Because there are two players in this Morocco squad that I love, is Elis Belmokhtar from Monaco and Abdel Ouazoun from Ajax. Ballers, top Wonderkids.
I'd say Abdella is one of the most talented players I've ever seen on tape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ajax have to play him shortly this season for the first team.
He will play for
He's
Ajax.
at young Ajax currently. And in the AFCON, he was incredible. I'd say the best player of the under-17 AFCON.
The best player of the competition. Yeah.
So, no doubt. So, and there's another player that I mentioned, Morcef Zerki, left back of Morocco, that plays at Kevin Mechelen. Please pay attention to him. He can be one day the partner in crime for Hakimi one side, and we have, trust me, Zerki on the other. Okay, that's another Moroccan talent that I wanted to mention. But those two, elite potential completely.
For sure. Morocco is very strong in this competition.
Mm-hmm.
The other national team that I'm very excited and is so strong, it's crazy strong because there are players in this squad that are already playing.
I know you're going to say Belgium.
That are already playing at the senior level. Starters at Anderlecht like Nathan de Cat.
Not Jordi Mokyo for Ajax.
That is participating in a lot of games of
and
Ajax.
Noah Fernandes is an absolutely great talent attacking midfielder at PSV that we also think will play first team matches this season.
Yeah. I don't have any doubts. And other player that I think will play, is not playing at the senior level yet, but will play this season at Club Brugge, is Jess Bizilou, a winger, so good. His dribbling technique is insane. He wins almost every offensive one-to-ones duels. It's a great player that you must watch at the Under-17 World Cup. And other player in this national team, it's Axel Wins, a centre-back, a great centre-back, good ball distribution. He's a leader on that field. He's a leader. And he also wins a lot of duels and has a crucial role in this national team. So, Belgium, Morocco, Portugal, and the other national team, of course, it's England.
No Argentina. Argentina is one of those teams that we might be surprised, and we need to know the names after the competition.
Yeah, let's see. I have two players here that I know from Argentina.
Yes.
But the other players, I don't have so much information.
And that's why it's so good that we have an Under-17 World Cup to evaluate and make these types of answers for you guys, because you're also interested. Philippe Schievel is the player that I know the most from River Plate that can be very, very excited. A young winger that can make the difference completely. Samuel Inacio, also of Italy, that can be a player to watch. That is at Borussia Dortmund. So if Dortmund is doing that scouting, you might as well pay attention, because when they get a player that's foreigner, they usually get it right. Sergio Gomez in the past too.
Italy has a very strong team, and I think Samuel Inacio is the type of player that if he became the MVP of the competition, I would not be surprised.
Could happen.
He's the best talent of Borussia Dortmund at the youth academy right now, in my opinion. You have other that will play also in this competition. That is Mathis Albert from United States. These two are the best talents at Borussia Dortmund.
Would you say Mathis Albert got more potential than Kevin Sullivan? Because those are the two biggest talents of the U.S. currently.
I don't think so. Calvin Sullivan has 10 potential.
100%. That's why Man City signed him early.
Mathis Albert is the second most talented American player.
100%. We agree upon that.
But Calvin Sullivan.
This is a great U.S. men's national team generation. And then you have players that are young, but they're at the top. Chris Richards. Yes. That is surprising a lot of people. What a season he's having for Crystal Palace. True. But yes, let us do here some predictions and enumerate the teams, because you guys, maybe you won't know all the groups possibly. So we're going to say each group, it's 48 teams. So stick around and we're going to say who we believe will win each group. So starting here, who will win each group in the Under-17 World Cup? Group A, Bolivia, Italy, Qatar, and South Africa.
Italy.
Group B, Japan, Morocco, New Caledonia, and Portugal.
Morocco.
Come on, Portugal. We can do it. Group C, Costa Rica, Croatia, Senegal, and United Arab Emirates.
Senegal.
Ooh, you don't think Croatia? Interesting.
Senegal.
Group D, Argentina, Belgium, Fiji, and Tunisia.
Belgium.
Ooh, great team, Belgium. We agree. Group E, Egypt, England, Haiti, and Venezuela.
England.
Group F, Ivory Coast, South Korea, Mexico, and Switzerland.
Here I have a doubt. I think I will say Mexico.
It's a tough group. Group
group.
G, Colombia, El Salvador, Germany, and North Korea.
Germany, of course.
Colombia can get that close second. Group H with Brazil, Zambia, Honduras, and Indonesia.
Brazil.
No doubt. Group E with Burkina Faso, Czech Republic, Tajikistan, and USA.
United States, but Burkina Faso will get the second place.
And then Group G with Ireland, Panama, Paraguay, and Uzbekistan.
Ireland.
This Irish generation, a lot of talent that you got to watch, and we're going to say in the podcast. Group K, Canada, Chile, France, and Uganda.
I think France.
Yes, in Group L, Austria, Mali, New Zealand, and Saudi Arabia. Mali, a great generation of Mali. We saw them in the last Under-17 World Cup, impressing a lot of people, and they can impress once again in this competition. We agree with a lot of them, but we also agree that this group of Portugal, Morocco, Portugal, this is an anticipated final here in this group.
For sure. I think it's very difficult to predict who's going to win this group. I have to choose right now, but if Portugal wins the group...
We're not being biased by saying Morocco 100%.
I choose Morocco because I think they have the best team. But when the ball starts to roll, everything could happen. And if Portugal wins the group, I would not be surprised because we have also a great team.
And you talked about that Irish generation, Michael Noonan, the Irish Premier League.
Michael Noonan and Jayden Ume from Benfica, two great players. I think they are the best players of this Irish squad.
And there's also Victor, a midfielder that went to Arsenal. Pay attention to him.
Yes. I think Ireland will win this group, for I think very easy. And let's see how far they can go in this competition. Because this new generation of Irish talents, it's great. And they are improving so much in the development of young players in the recent years. And I'm very excited and curious to see how far they go in this competition. So
very well mentioned. And another national team that you want to say to the people to pay attention, because you have Orozco, a midfielder that was already signed by Manchester United. Manchester United fans follow each match of Colombia Under-17 because some people say he's the Colombian Moises Caicedo.
Yes, he is. He is the Colombian Moises Caicedo. He's the best player of this of Colombian national team. A leader, he will be the captain, I think.
He's the captain.
He's the captain. He's a leader on the field. He knows he's good on the ball and very aggressive, like Moises Caicedo. He wins every duel, recovers a lot of balls. This is what you can expect from Orozco,
100%.
and this is what you're gonna see.
A very complete midfielder at his age. Yes.
Yeah.
So once again, pay attention to those
types of
players.
Pay attention to Orozco and pay attention also to the German national team that I think can go very far in this competition, because we have Wisdom Mike that is already playing at Bayern Munich.
Trusts him, yes.
Yeah, Lennart Carl was in the pre-squad, but
come on, Max Daumann, Lennart Carl, completely understandable that they don't go.
They don't go, but other player that I really like, I think I've already talked about him, is Alexander Staff from Eintracht Frankfurt. That he won last season the best under-17 player of...
ahead of Lennart Carl.
Ahead of Lennart Carl. Lennart Carl was the second place and he was the first place. Great striker. He's very intelligent. His attacking movement, great. And I think he will score a lot of goals in this competition.
And Germany are the defending champions of this competition. Noah Darvish, Paris Brunner, a lot of players came about because of the Under-17 World Cup.
For sure. And I think he can be the top goal scorer of the competition.
Ooh.
Let's see.
Let me ask you this. So 2 predictions here for the Under-17 World Cup. Who's going to win it?
I will say Belgium.
I could see Morocco also going bold, but bottle up Portugal. Who's going to be the MVP? It's very difficult to predict this.
Belgium.
Abdella Ozan?
He can be the MVP. But I will go with Belgium as well. I will go Nathan De Cat.
Baller. That you must know this type of player. Nathan De Cat, Jordi Mocchio, and also Noah Fernandes.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 names that you must know. And any other player that you could say could be the MVP. You said that Zé Lucas is the best Brazilian player. There were some comments on TikTok saying, isn't it Gabriel Mack?
No, it's not Gabriel Mack. Right now, it's not Gabriel Mack. Gabriel Mack is a great prospect, top potential. Zé Lucas is a starter in Brasileirão.
And Cauã Prates.
Cauã Prates, very good fullback. I think he's one of the best players as well.
These are the three names that you must know of the Brazil
I have four names that you must know
World
from
Cup.
Brazil.
Who's the other player?
The other player is Del from Bahia, striker, great striker. So some of the people tell that he's the Brazilian Haaland.
Oh.
So let's see.
But we'll be surprised if Brazil wins this competition, to be honest with you.
I will be.
Because the European teams coming with players that have first team and a different type of pacing, those that I think are the favorites.
And some African teams.
Morocco.
I think Senegal and Mali, they have always great teams in this type of competitions.
Well mentioned.
So we have other player to watch in Senegal that is associated, is linked with Manchester United. That is Mohamed Dabou. I think he will sign for Man United.
So you have Orozco and Dabou.
And Dabou to watch in this competition.
And there's going to be more players because Rúben Amorim trusts the youth. We've seen with Diego Leon, with Aiden Heaven. I can guarantee you for the philosophy and culture of Man United, it's mandatory to have players with the intention of going to the Man United team one day and having that talent level. Academy players need to surround yourself with the best.
Yeah.
That's what Rúben Amorim knows. And that under-23 team of Man United must be full of prospects that can play for the first team.
Yeah.
But just don't play because of minutes, and completely understandable. But yes, talking about under-17 World Cup, we're going to mention a lot more. Not in episode 11, but in episode 12. We're going to be reacting. So stick around, subscribe to FC Wonderkid, and we're going to talk a lot more of the under-17 World Cup in future episodes. Last topic of this podcast now, transfers. So this is where you were mad enthusiastic about. Givairo Read going to Barcelona. What an elite signing that it would be. You have Tom Bischoflau, you have Pavlovic, you have Leonard Kahl, you have Olise, you have Jamal Musiala, and then you get Givairo Read in the mix. Yeah. Come on, Bayern Munich is cooking.
Givairo Read to Bayern Munich. I was so happy when I saw that news because it was Florian Plettenberg that said it. And so it's maybe it's true. So yes. I think it would be great for him, and I think company is now trusting the youth.
And he plays in a 4 at the back system, and he's not for a 3 at the back, 3 center back system. Givairo Read, he's a very complete right back, offensively and defensively.
For sure, that's one thing that I think he would fit the system of company because he's very involved in the offensive game.
True.
He's a right back, but he's fast. He has great link-up play with the wingers and with the midfielders, and I think it would be a great signing for the present and for the future of Bayern Munich, because you have Kimmich at the right back that could also play in the midfield.
True.
And I think they need a younger option at that position, and I think Givairo Read would be a perfect option.
Very well mentioned. We had to mention here in the podcast about Givairo Read going to Bayern Munich and Panichelli, like we said at the start of this video. Chelsea, in the last 5 seasons, they've signed 10 strikers. The names: Timo Werner, Lukaku, Aubameyang, David Fofana, Nkunku, Nico Jackson, David Washington, that we can forget, Marco Yu, Liam Delap, João Pedro. Would Joaquim Panichelli be better than all these other strikers?
I didn't say that, but
no, I'm asking. I'm saying that you said that.
Yeah. No. But I think no. But with some of them, yes.
Directly with João Pedro, Panichelli or João Pedro? I believe that Panichelli can score more goals for Chelsea than João Pedro.
Maybe. But
did you see what Liam Rossinier said about him?
Yeah.
He said he's the Argentinian Alan Shearer. That is such a bold statement to say.
Yeah.
That's pressure for Panichelli.
I think Panichelli would score more goals than João Pedro, but I think João Pedro gives a lot of things to the game, like the link-up play.
Yes.
I think it's...
He can play next to another striker. We've seen that this season.
Yeah, for sure. João Pedro could play with Panichelli. But I think we said the last episode, and I think that people will understand that what we said is true. It's Panichelli is way better than Emega.
100%, man. We have to reiterate that.
Yeah.
But compared to these other strikers, I just think it's so good to see now Panichelli and this other, and I did say this to you the last podcast. There's a chance he might not go to Chelsea.
Yeah.
There's a chance Panichelli says, look, I'm not going to be the main striker because you have Liam Delap, João Pedro. I might prefer to go to an AC Milan, a Juventus, another team, and become their main striker. And then one day,
Barcelona
who knows? Barcelona?
Some links with Barcelona.
If Barcelona can sign Julian Alvarez, the best possible signing is Joaquin Panichelli.
I agree.
For the fee that it would be less than 50 million, and the player would give it all for the team and would fit the style of play of Barcelona. Please sign Panichelli if you don't get Julian Alvarez.
Because you see how Lewandowski is important in that Barcelona team. They need a striker and how they play. And I think Panichelli would be a good option for Barcelona.
100%.
So I think Panichelli, for example, is more complete than Delap. He is better than Delap.
But Maresca knows better Liam Delap from being his manager in the under-21s of Man City
for
too.
Sure. But he was upset last week when he got that red card. But
True.
I'm very curious to see first how many goals he will score in the Liga.
True.
And where he will go next, because I think it's the last season that he spends at Strasbourg.
Oh yeah, he just arrived.
He
from La
arrived
Liga
this season, and then Premier League.
And shout out to La Liga too, because La Liga 2 last season had Panichelli, had Luis Suarez, Carlos Alvarez that is now playing in the first league with Levante, and Christian Kofan too. Okay, this is a league that has a lot of talent.
For sure.
And if you love young players, you must pay attention to La Liga 2.
For sure. And the next ones, in my opinion, are David Mella and Jeremiah Hernandez, both from Deportivo Coruña.
Jeremiah could have left already.
Yeah. Jeremiah, it's
better than the others.
Way ahead of the level of La Liga 2.
Exactly.
He's ready to play in the Big Five leagues. He's a great player, great winger. And David Mella is 20 years old. He's younger than Jeremiah. And I think he's also ready. So, please, two names that you must know, and they will be in the 5 leagues soon.
Very well mentioned. And here in the transfers, my last player that I want to mention, I have talked about this player in other podcasts, but I want to reiterate. Ryan of Vasco da Gama. Each week that passes by, it's 5 million more. For me now, for him to leave Vasco da Gama, reasonable price, 30 to 40 million, 100%.
Yeah.
He's the most important player in this team and one of the biggest talents of Brasileirão. He's got 25 games in Brasileirão, 11 goals, 1 assist. Mad important for this team, and he could go to the World Cup if Brazil needs another winger. He has the talent level to be present in a team like this, and bold, but could happen. Ryan going to the Premier League straight away and not going to a Futebol Clube do Porto, to a League to another league that he could develop. Each week that passes by confirms that he's got that level.
Yeah. I agree. I think it will be very difficult to buy Ryan for less than 20 million, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. For less than 20 million.
I think 30. I'm already 30 million.
30 million.
Because André Santos left for 20.
Yeah.
And he's a midfielder. With a winger, Vasco da Gama needs to make a better deal. And Mr. Admar Lopes, he's right, the new sporting director of Vasco da Gama, former employee of Futebol Clube do Porto, great scout, and I'm sure he's going to say, come on, Ryan, I know the markets, I know the winger's 19 years old, 30 million minimal.
I think it's a very
reasonable
realistic price. And I agree with you. Ryan is the best player of Vasco da Gama at 19 years old. It's insane, and I think I hope to see him in Europe soon. So let's see.
And another Wonderkid, Kerim Aljabegovic of Red Bull Salzburg.
Yeah, reported links with
Real Madrid, Chelsea, Man United.
And Porto, no.
And Porto, I didn't see it, but I wouldn't be surprised because Porto has got very good scouts.
Yeah, great player. I saw him against Porto in the Europa League.
Yes. Yes, I watched that match too, yeah.
There are two players.
Dribbling all my days on him.
two players that came to my attention from RB Salzburg was Karem Begovic and Joan Gadou, the French centre back, 18 years old as well, playing European competitions.
The Red Bull Salzburg group, they have the scouting that Dennis Strasbourg emulates, other teams emulate, but they were the first ones.
yeah, for sure. These two players, I think they are 18 years old.
True.
Starters at RB Salzburg. Insane. I think they will leave Salzburg soon as well because Barcelona. I think Kerem has a style of play that would fit perfectly in Barcelona. I would love to see him in Barcelona.
And wanted to mention in the podcast here at the end, thank you everyone that is listening to the podcast until now. It's such a huge help. We saw the FC Wonderkid comments on YouTube. Thank you to everyone that comments on YouTube. We had Thiago saying, Gonçalo Inácio, left centre back for Man United. Could we see happen?
Maybe.
He's got the talent to play in that position, and he knows the manager. We had Nathan saying, watch out for Atta of Udinese, French midfielder.
True.
We completely agree that he's very, very talented. Ethan, we answered him saying that Elliot Anderson and Adam Wharton, those would be the two best midfielders to sign for Man United, or at least I say that.
I could understand, yeah.
And we have, what about Paul Warner from Rahul Jain? Paul Warner is very, very known. That's why we didn't mention in the underrated Wonderkids talk, right?
True. Paul Warner is a Wonderkid from Bayern Munich Youth Academy, and he's now playing at PSV.
Exactly.
And he's talked
he's been talked for 2-3 years now. So yes, we listen to your comments, FC Wonderkid community. Once again, comments on YouTube to appear in the podcast. Thank you everyone that supports FC Wonderkid. If this podcast reaches 100 likes, we will release the FC Wonderkid podcast a day earlier to go bolder and you guys to watch on a Sunday. So yes, like this video if you want to see an episode earlier, because we're going to film episode 11 earlier in the week, okay? So it's going to come out with information that is going to be very, very good, and we can already give you a leak. It's going to have top 10 players aged 21 and under. What a topic. So yes, thank you for listening until now to the FC Wonderkid podcast, and thank you for going bold with us another week.
Thank you.